All right, everybody, get ready, because today we are diving deep
Deep?
into a book
Yes.
all about Christmas traditions.
Okay.
It's called The Enchanted Advent,
Mm-hmm.
36 Days of Christmas Wonders.
Right.
And I think a lot of people hear a book about Christmas traditions and think,
Right.
oh, this is just going to be like,
Another how to...
guide
Yeah.
for
Like 10 ways to decorate your tree.
exactly.
Yeah.
But this one,
This is very different.
this one is different.
Very different.
It's a journey through the history of Christmas.
Absolutely.
Myths about Christmas.
Yeah.
Global customs.
Oh, yeah.
It's really fascinating.
It's got a little touch of magic in there, too.
Yeah, and that's what I love about it. It's not just like the commercial Christmas that we all know.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a really interesting book that dives into like some really, specific questions.
Yeah.
Like, where did the Christmas tree really come from?
Oh, that's a good one.
And what's the deal with all these Yuletide spirits?
Oh,
We've all heard about them, but what are they really?
right.
And this is a question I always have.
Yeah.
What secret recipe does Grandma have up her sleeve?
Grandma always has a good recipe.
I think that's what makes Christmas. Christmas. So, I've been looking through this book, and
Yeah.
one of the things that stood out to me
Okay.
is this idea of like 36 days leading up to Christmas.
Right.
Have you ever thought about that?
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's not just one day.
It's not just one day.
It's like more than a month.
Yeah. Advent is a big deal.
Yeah. So what's the deal of Advent?
Well, Advent is this really cool tradition.
Yeah.
It's been around for centuries.
Okay.
And it's really a time of preparation
Or for
Christmas,
Oh.
for the celebration of Christmas.
So is that where we get the whole Advent calendar?
That's part of it,
Right.
but it goes way deeper than that.
Okay.
Historically and culturally, it's really significant.
Yeah.
And what this book does,
Yeah.
it takes each of those 36 days
Okay.
and it kind of highlights a different part of the Christmas season.
Okay.
So each day leading up to Christmas, you learn something new.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it's a really nice way to kind of like slowly get into the Christmas spirit.
Yeah, and you mentioned like captivating stories and legends.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm curious, what are some of the specific examples?
So one of my favorites is actually about the Christmas tree.
Yeah.
We all know the tradition, right?
We all know the Christmas tree.
You put it up,
Yeah.
decorate it.
Yeah.
But do you know where it came from?
I actually don't.
It's really interesting.
Okay.
The book talks about Saint Boniface.
Okay.
He was a missionary back in the 8th century.
Okay.
And legend has it that he encountered a group of pagans.
Okay.
And they were worshiping an oak tree.
An oak tree?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he was like, no, you guys got to worship the right tree.
Okay.
So to prove his point, he chopped down the oak tree.
He chopped it down.
Yeah.
Bold move.
Right.
What happened?
A fir tree sprouted from the roots.
No way.
Yeah.
So he basically turned their
She was like, this is the Christmas tree.
symbol into a Christian symbol.
Exactly.
Wow, that's a power move.
That's a power move.
That's amazing.
And so that's where the Christmas tree comes from.
Wow, I never knew that.
There's a lot of those stories in the book.
Really cool.
Yeah, and like wreaths and garlands. They have their own lore, too.
Really?
It's not just about decorating.
Yeah.
There's meaning behind it. There's stories.
You mentioned earlier
Yeah?
that there's a little bit of magic in the book.
Yeah, a little touch of magic.
A touch of magic.
What are some of the more magical things we might find? Oh, there's some really cool stuff about mythical creatures.
Okay, like
Krampus.
I've heard of Krampus.
Yeah.
Like the anti-Santa.
He's like the bad Santa. You better be good or Krampus is coming for you.
Wow.
So there's a lot of those kind of like old folklore tales
Yeah.
that kind of get woven into the fabric of Christmas.
Yeah, and I like that it kind of like, it touches on these things.
Yeah.
Because I feel like so much of the modern Christmas is so commercial
Yeah.
that we forget like the origins of these things.
It gets lost.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So speaking of things that get lost sometimes,
Yeah.
I'm curious about the delectable recipes you mentioned.
Oh, yeah.
Are we talking like grandma's secret cookie recipe?
What?
Level delicious?
Everyone's grandma has a secret recipe.
They do.
But the book has some really amazing recipes.
Like,
all over the world.
Okay.
So you've got things like Lebkuchen,
Lebkuchen.
which are German gingerbread cookies.
Oh, wow.
They're amazing.
Okay.
They're beautifully spiced.
Okay.
And then you've got British Christmas pudding.
Christmas pudding.
Oh, it's so good.
What is it?
It's like a steamed dessert, and it's packed with dried fruits and spices.
Sounds very British.
It is very British,
Yeah.
but it's delicious.
Okay.
And what I love about it is they don't just give you the recipe, they talk about the history of the recipe, why it's part of Christmas. So you're learning about the culture
Yeah.
while you're cooking.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it's a great way to kind of like really immerse yourself
Yeah.
in the holiday.
And speaking of immersing ourselves,
Yeah.
I know the book talks about Christmas customs from around the world.
Yeah, it's not just about, one culture's Christmas. It's about everybody's Christmas.
What are some of the traditions that really stood out to you?
Oh, there's so many.
Yeah.
One that I really liked
Yeah.
is the celebration of Santa Lucia in Sweden.
Santa Lucia.
Yeah.
I've never heard that.
It happens on December 13th,
Okay.
and the eldest daughter in each family,
Okay.
she gets to dress up in white robes.
Okay.
She wears a crown of candles.
Ooh, that sounds beautiful and dangerous.
It's a little bit of both,
Yeah.
but it's a beautiful tradition.
Okay.
And she serves her family saffron buns and coffee.
So she brings light
Yeah,
and she brings food.
exactly.
Wow.
And it's based on the legend of a young girl
Okay.
who brought light and food to the poor during a famine.
Wow. That's a beautiful tradition.
Yeah,
I love that.
it's really special.
So it sounds like this book, The Enchanted Advent,
Yeah.
really offers us a way to experience the holidays
Yeah.
from a fresh perspective.
It's a different way of looking at Christmas.
Yeah.
It's not just about the presents. It's not just about the shopping.
Yeah.
It's about the history,
Yeah.
the stories,
Yeah.
the meaning.
Yeah.
And it encourages us to rediscover those things.
Yeah. And what I love about it, too, is it talks about,
Yeah.
the things that have been passed down
Yeah, for generations.
for generations.
Yeah.
So after taking this deep dive into this book,
Yeah.
I'm curious, how will you celebrate the magic of Christmas this year?
That's a good question.
What traditions will you try?
Will you try a new recipe?
Yeah.
Will you research a custom from another country?
Maybe you'll start your own tradition.
Yeah, make it your own.
Thanks for joining us on this festive journey,
Happy holidays.
and we'll see you next time for another deep dive.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.